Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. And this week, we are heading to Standard 2022 to try to assemble our new Cauldron, the Book of Vile Darkness, Eye of Vecna, Hand of Vecna, smash them all together, make a huge, indestructible, hopefully game-ending threat. So let's talk about our Vecna deck. Jump into some games, see it in action. All right, so here is our Book of Vile Darkness Vecna deck. And main thing we're trying to do, assemble Vecna. If we can get Book of Vile Darkness, Eye of Vecna, Hand of Vecna on the battlefield, we exile them, we get an 8/8 legendary indestructible zombie god Vecna that gets all the triggered abilities of all the other cards. So it draws a card when it comes into play. We can pay 2 to draw a card and lose 2 on our upkeep. It gets big at combat thanks to the Hand of Vecna ability. It makes zombies thanks to the Book of Vile Darkness ability. It's a really insane threat. It's often like attacking for 15, drawing us extra cards, making a zombie every turn. It's actually really, really good. The other thing I like about this cycle, or whatever you call these 3 cards that make something sweet, is most of them are decent on their own. Like Eye of Vecna kind of compares to Maze Mindstone as card draw. Hand of Vecna, good aggressive equipment, especially with evasive and lifelink creatures. Book of Vile Darkness, not that good on its own, but it is an important part of our Vecna payoff to support Vecna. We have a small learn lesson package. Eye Twitch just blocks in the early game. Poet's Quill, insane with Vecna. The only drawback of Vecna is because of Eye of Vecna and equipping Hand of Vecna, we often lose a decent amount of life with this deck. If we can get Poet's Quill on Vecna, it's really tough to lose. It's like a 15-15 attacking lifelinker that just puts away the game really, really quickly. As far as our lessons, we got Pest Summoning, Necrotic Fumes, Environmental Sciences, Creatures, Removal, Mana Fixing. The rest of our deck, we're trying to work with the Vecna pieces, like Hand of Vecna, because it gives a creature +X on combat where X is number of cards in our hand, and we can equip it for life rather than mana. It's actually kind of insane with cheap, evasive creatures, especially ones with lifelink. So Valentin, Null Priest, Nighthawk Scavenger, even, I guess, Even Death a little bit. But really, if we can get a hand on those, we can pay life. We don't really care about losing it because we gain it back and then some with the life linking attack. Our opponent's going to have a hard time blocking it, can close out the game really, really quickly. Plus, these cards with their lifelink ability just help us stabilize as we're trying to set up Vecna to close out the game. Otherwise, Village Reich for card draw, couple of removal spells, mana base, Hogger Mauling in our MDF sleeve slot, couple of creature lands, and that is the Book of Vile Darkness, Vecna for Standard. So let's jump into some games and find out. Is Book of Vile Darkness, assembling Vecna, actually good? I don't know, like, after the Book of Exalted Deeds, the inverted version of Book of Vile Darkness broke Standard 2022, maybe the Book of Vile Darkness is also better than anyone thinks. So let's jump into some games, find out, see if we can assemble Vecna. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. Looking for some sweet new Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms cards? Well, you can order them now from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Against the odds time, we are not drawing, I think, with Vecna. We have, other than needing one more black source, we have literally the whole combo in hand to assemble Vecna. Opponent, sure, just bear a Sentinel. There's a black source. All right, Hive, Eye of Vecna. I mean, this looks like just Vecna on turn 4, right? We just have all the pieces in hand. This is literally the dream. This is as good as it gets. Oh no, blue mana. Oh, that could mean counters. Opponent, Prosperous Innkeeper. Ranger class. All right, sure. Yep, makes a dork, gains a life. We will decline. We need our mana. Snow-covered swamp. Book of Vile Darkness. Here it comes. Here it comes. Will it win us the game? The hilarious thing is, we can assemble Vecna next turn, and then we can give it lifelink with Poet's Quill, which should hopefully close this game out. Opponent gonna level up? Certainly. I don't think our opponent sees it coming. I don't think they see it coming. Opponent gets in, hits us. Yeah, down to 13. We will decline. We will play Hand of Vecna. We will exile everything. I think we got him. I think we might have got him. Vecna assembled. Hive of the Mind Tyrant. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. Can you beat an 8/8 indestructible with a bunch of triggers? Watch them have some random bounce spell that no one plays. They do have blue mana. I mean, that is Turbo Vecna. That's as fast as it gets. We had Tron assembled in hand. I imagine giving it lifelink is what will close the game out. Opponent, untap land. Goldspan Dragon, sure. Hits us, gets a counter. Yeah, not ideal. Well, we'll see. I think we have to decline. We Poet's Quill. Do some learning. Get a Necrotic Fumes. Equip Poet's Quill. Go to combat. 15/15. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. All right. I was afraid they were going to kill their wolf in response. That puts us back up to 21. We play the land, and now I like where we're at. Like, I don't know how our opponent beats Vecna. I really, really don't. I mean, I guess Big Hasty Dragons. Azeka's Chariot, sure. I mean, I guess they can chump block it forever, which is annoying. And they are kind of going off of Goldspan Dragon. Opponent hits us. I mean, I guess we can kill the Goldspan with Necrotic Fumes. Opponent attacks. Hits us, sure. No blocks. I mean, I guess they just try to chump block their way through this. Hits us to 13. We are not going to pay. Go to combat. Trigger. Attack. Opponent cat blocks. We gain a bit of life. Book of Vile Darkness. Eye of Vecna. Snow-covered swamp. Now we should be making 2 zombies. One from book, one from Vecna. Alright, opponent. What do you got? Plays a land. Ismareth, yeah. I mean, that is a good card. Gains a life. Hits us with the dragon. Sure. Grows it. Well, we will draw a card. Only one, though. Go to combat. Trigger Vecna. Attack with Vecna. This Vecna is doing serious work. Go attacking. Opponent chumps. Now what? Let's get rid of Goldspan, I think. Opponent, yep, more treasures. They could be holding a counter still. That is possible. All right, Dragon fires a zombie, sure. I mean, the zombies keep coming, so that's fine. Goldspan down. Faceless Haven. Make a couple zombies. I mean, they are going to start hitting us with this Ismarith to draw cards, which is not great. Man, if we end up losing this, I'm going to be very disappointed in Vecna. Innkeeper. Yeah, opponent's going to try to maximize the amount of cards they're drawing. And a land. So opponent's going to get to... Okay, they're going to level up and then draw 3. That is kind of insane. Opponent attacks. Counter. Draw 3. Sure. Taking the hit's fine. The drawing of 3 is not as fine. Let's Village Rites a zombie. Draw a couple cards. More Vecnas. Draw a card. Decline. Play a land. Blood Chief Thirst the Innkeeper. 1, 2, 3. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks. End of turn, we get zombies. I mean, we got to be getting there eventually, right? This Vecna is outpacing everything our opponent does, hopefully. Opponent, land. Oh my god, coma. Okay. That actually is going to beat us. Oh my god. Oh no. Well, maybe it's okay. We'll see. If our opponent sacks, we need them to sack to stop the Vecna, and then we can kill it with Blood Chief's Thirst. That is our hope. Otherwise, this coma will beat us. Like, coma's insane. Kazanu Mammoth using the treasures. Opponent goes attacking. Gonna get a counter and draw cards. We will see. Opponent draws 2. They're kind of going off. Yeah, this is actually a deck that might be able to beat Vecna. Well, run out Eben Death. Untap. Opponent gets the Coma Coil. We will draw a card. Decline. 1, 2, 3. Oh, play Hand of Vecna. Equip for life on Even Death. Well, let's see if we can get him to sack this coil. Go to combat. Come on. You know you wanna. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so they're going to tap down the Vecna. That's fine. Go to combat. Hit you for 9. Opponent takes it. Oh my god, we're going to survive this coma. Kick it on coma, thank goodness. Oh my god. All right, coma down. Life continues. Zombies come. I mean, this does mean our opponent's hitting us with us and we're throwing a ton of cards. Opponent land. Grows the dork. That doesn't matter. We got zombies for days. I mean, I guess eventually maybe we can just go wide enough with zombies. Ranger class, sure. All we're really scared of is another coma, I think. Opponent hits us. Grows it. Draws a card. I can't believe this Vecna's been out since turn 4 and we're on like turn 20 and our opponent's not dead. Magda, sure. Foretells. Oh, it's probably the extra turn spell. That is frightening. Oh, post scoops it up. Oh, Vecna power. Vecna power. Wow, even through a coma. Jeez. Well, bad news is we had Vecna on turn 4 and it didn't immediately win the game. The game went on for many more turns. Good news is our opponent drew like 7 cards with Ismarith. They played a coma. They had a Goldspan Dragon that went off for several turns and we still... And we still won just because of Vecna. Like, Vecna, yeah, sure, we played a even death eventually, but Vecna did all of this. Like, the zombies kept us alive, the lifelink kept us alive, and we won the game. So that was, yeah, that was actually kind of impressive. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Against the odds time, we are Vecna-ing in Standard 2021, and I mean, we need one additional piece, and Vecna will be here. Well, Snowgover Swamp, go. We need the eye. We're missing the eye. Also missing a land. We have many 3-drops. Opponent pathway. Pixie. Oh, Pixie Twin. Interesting. Well, that's a tap land, but it is a land. Ship the turn. Opponent. Gonna try roll some dice. Well, Nighthawk Scavenger. Go. Nighthawk Scavenger Hand of Vecna is pretty sweet. Opponent, Delina. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, yeah, we will. Actually, let's Hand of Vecna. We might be dying. Well, if we're gonna lose, we might as well lose to Pixie Twin. Get in for 7. Yeah, Hogger Mauling. I mean, the only good news is they only got 1 Pixie Guide, so how bad can it be? Land. Opponent attacks. Whiffs. All right. Well, they get to make a 1/1. They get to roll some more dice and draw 2 cards. Down to 13. Well, play the land. Play Nighthawk Scavenger. I guess we should have attacked first, shouldn't we have? Yeah, we definitely could have gained more life if we attacked first. Well, hit ya past the turn. Well, now we got a blocker at least. So this Delina's going to have to... They're either going to have to kill Nighthawk Scavenger or they only get 1 more shot at it. Well, they're going for it. No fear. All right. Opponent, 20s. Opponent, oh my god, 19s. 5th, oh my goodness, they're going to get the ultimate luck. Wow, they lucked into it. Well... If you gotta lose, I guess this is the way to lose. We know mathematically, starting with 1 Pixie Guide, there was a 14% chance of going infinite. So our opponent greatly beat the odds, I would say. But they did indeed beat the odds. Well, if you gotta go, I guess this is the way to go. I gotta say, this makes me a little, I mean, it's cool to see, but knowing the math does make me a tiny bit salty because our opponent did not do any work. They just like played random cards and were like, maybe I'll get lucky, and maybe they got lucky. Yep, all right. I mean, I don't know how long they're gonna do this. We'll let them go until they have lethal, which I think they already do, and then we're gonna concede because our opponent does not appear to be interested in conceding. So that's 21, 20. I mean, they definitely have lethal now. Actually, so we're going to go to 21. Yeah, our opponent apparently does not have any interest in stopping. So we will stop it for them. New standard, everyone. You never know what'll happen. 14% of the time it works every time, and that is the actual math. Against the odds time, we are trying to assemble Vecna. I guess this is fine. No Vecna pieces, but I mean, oh boy, control. Ugh, okay. This might be less fine. We'll see. Esper control. Well, we're going to run out of Null Priest because we don't really have anything else going on at the moment. Hopefully it lives long enough that we can at least sack it to draw cards. Oh my god. A million Blood Chief's Thirsts that are doing nothing in this matchup. Opponent down to 18. Land. Foretells. Passes. Well, play a land. Go to combat attack. Opponent, I mean, our best bet against control might just be the creature land beatdown. Opponent's gonna draw some cards. 1 to the top. Yeah, not having any Vecna is kind of tough. Prevent a damage. Well, that's going to slow us down a bit. Opponent plays a land and passes. Faceless Haven. Turn on the eye. Hit you for not as much as we'd like because of this protection. Oh, dear. All right, hit you for 3. The world's slowest clock. Skyclave Apparition. Behold the Multiverse. Okay. How does our opponent finish the game is the real question. Land. Well, I mean, I guess we just Faceless Haven. Faceless Haven, hit ya. Opponent takes it. Nighthawk Scavenger. Go. Still no Vecna pieces. We got, what, 10 in our deck and we haven't drawn a single one? Opponent. More Skyclave Apparitions. Oh, we haven't been able to Village Rites either of those. Oh, okay, Righteous Valkyrie. Well, this Blood on the Snow is actually going to be pretty good. We will destroy all creatures. Rebuild our board. Play a tap land, pass the turn. Oh, please. I hope these don't get Wrath. I really just want to Village Rites them to find Vecna pieces. Oh, okay, this is a lot different than I expected. So opponent's not actually a control deck. They're like Esper Tempo. That makes me feel a little better. Opponent foretells and passes. Well, we will Blood Chief's Thirst the Warhound. Pay the 1. Play Hand of Vecna. All right, opponent's going to gain some life. Sure. Well, equip it up life-wise. Well, Vecna piece number 1 assembled. This does increase our clock quite a bit. Opponent down to 7. Wow, maybe we're gonna get there. Opponent land. Could be a Doomscar. All right, so we will Village Rites the token. And then we will Village Rites the token. 1, 2, 3. Faceless Haven. Spend a ridiculous amount of life to equip it. And do you have an answer? All right, go to combat, pump it. I mean, opponent needs an answer. This is lethal. We only drew 1 Vecna piece, but revitalize. Okay, does that keep our opponent alive? Probably. Oh my god, by 1. All right, so we get to hit our opponent to 1. Oh, maybe we should have fired up the other land. Well, no, I guess we couldn't have, could we? Play the Snow-Covered Swamp. Play Nighthawk Scavenger. And I Twitch. Pass the turn. All right, well, now our opponent needs to deal with... All right, gonna draw and discard. Opponent needs to deal with a lot now. They gotta deal with the Nighthawk Scavenger. I guess the Eye Twitch doesn't actually do anything with the shield out. Scoops it up. Cannot deal with the beatdown. Okay, Vecna busted, apparently. Sweet, sweet. Against the odds time. We are Vecning, and Tron is once again assembled. I mean, we got all the pieces. We'll see if it's good enough. Planes for our opponent, and Cleric class, sure. Well, land in Eye of Vecna. Draw a card. Opponent. Well, we'll see if our opponent has answers. They could answer Vecna pieces. Luminarch Aspirant. No card draw this turn. Let's Faceless Haven in hand to Vecna. We don't really want our opponent to know that we're about to Vecna, so I think it's better to wait on the Book of Vile Darkness. Maybe we won't draw as much attention to the combo. All right, that is not a Skyclave apparition. That's a Hollow Priest, sure. Well, can you beat a Vecna? That is the question. Opponent hits us. We will decline. We will play a land. We will play a Book of Vile Darkness. We will exile Eye of Vecna, Hand of Vecna, assemble Vecna, and make a zombie. Here we go. Can you beat it? Can you beat it? Can you beat it? Oh, Vecna, maybe both opponents scoops it up. I thought it was Book of Exalted Deeds that was busted, but maybe it's actually Book of Vile Darkness that's busted. Oh, sweet, sweet. Against the odds time, we are Vecna-ing. No Vecna this hand, but we have a reasonable curve. Uh-oh. We don't have an answer to that. Now, play a land, play Valentin. Go. Yeah, we might get janked out by the Spirit unless we draw a removal spell. Pathway for our opponent. And, all right, kills Valentin. Sure. Well, play a land, eye twitch, eye twitch. I mean, I guess these eye twitches will be able to tutor up removal, so we shouldn't just straight up die. We're still not especially close to Vecnaing, though. Opponent goes attacking. No blocks. Pump it if you want. All right, opponent just hits us for 1. I'll play Faceless Haven. Go to combat, hit you for 1. If our opponent levels up, then we probably will block. Question's going to be, what do we get? All right, gonna kill the eye twitch, sure. Well, I think we gotta take Necrotic Fumes. We don't really want to exile this eye twitch, but eventually we're probably gonna have to. Opponent hits us, down to 16. Oh, that makes it easy. Well, go to combat, no attacks. All right, Bloodchief Thirst is a really good draw. So we can flash in Even Death this turn. And then next turn, hopefully kill the Ascendant Spirit. Faceless Haven. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Well, yeah, let's block. Grab a Pest Summonings to work with our Necrotic Fumes. Yeah, it's Even Death. Well, play the land. Go to combat. Attack ya. Pest Summonings. Yeah, let's just pass. We can have double removal spells for next turn. So we can take the hit here. Next turn, we'll have 2 removal spells, so we should be able to kill this even through a counter. And if our opponent just Snowland levels up all the way, that's fine. Like, they hit us for 6, they draw a card, but we will accept it. All right, Prismari Command kills Even Death for now. Hits us. Well, play the land. Kill Ascendant Spirit, hopefully. Opponent counters. Well, that's fine. We did expect that, so hit ya. Necrotic Fumes. I mean, I think we played around it pretty well. We're going to pass. We're going to wait and try to kick this, I think. Land for our opponent. Galazeth Prismari. Sure. Well, let's kick a Null Priest. Get back a Eye Twitch. Pass the turn. Well, Vecna piece 1. We have not run many Vecna pieces this game at all. We have a ways to go. Goes attacking. Well, Eye Twitch block. Grab Necrotic Fumes. Another Prismari Command. And 4 Towels. Well, we will. Actually, we should attack first. The problem is that's probably the extra turn spell, and I don't know if we can beat that. Necrotic Fumes. Go after Galazeth. Book of Vile Darkness. Snow-covered swamp. Ooh, well, we'll see. See if that's Elrond's Epiphany. That's the scary one. Yeah, we're still nowhere near assembling Vecna. Like, not even a tiny bit close. Opponent. Land. Another Galazeth, sure. Well, I mean, I think we just Blood on the Snow. Destroy all creatures. Get back Eye Twitch. Pass the turn. Elrond's Epiphany time? Maybe? What else could it be? Opponent hits us, no blocks. What else could this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got to be Epiphany, right? Maybe not. We will play Hive of the Eye Tyrant. We will pass the turn. This time we can jump with Eye Twitch and then replay Even Death. Maybe it's the counter and they just haven't used it. All right, there's the Alrund's Epiphany. Well, opponent's out of cards. Top deck's Goldspan Dragon, so not all the way out of cards. Goes to combat. Attacks. Makes a treasure. Well, we will block Goldspan Dragon. Get... Pass summonings. Replay Even Death. Untap. Even more lands. Well, I guess it's going to depend on what our opponent top decks. We will fire up Faceless Haven. Actually, wait, do we win? Oh, I think we win. Haha, just kidding. Eye of the Beholder. And yeah, I think that's lethal. Well, no Vecna, no problem. Opponent got a little too aggressive and gonna pay the ultimate price. Boy. All right, even without Vecna showing up, deck's still good enough to be one of the, like, literal best decks in Standard 2022. Maybe this deck's just broken. Maybe it's just broken. All right, sweet, sweet. Against odds time, we are Vecna-ing in a future standard. I think we got to mulligan that. All right, this is actually a lot better. We only need one Vecna piece. We got some card draw. This actually seems pretty reasonable. We can put a Hand of Vecna to the bottom. Hopefully we find the Book of Vile Darkness and wreck our opponent on turn whatever. Also, just Hand of Vecna on Valentin's pretty good. What are you up to, opponent? What are you up to? Pathway, Eye Twitch, sure. Well, that is Book of Vile Darkness, so now all we need is land. Opponent. Kind of hilariously, Valentin does shut down this Eye Twitch, too. It is a replacement effect. Opponent hits us down to 19. Hunt for specimens, sure. So opponent, probably playing a sack deck of some kind, I guess. All right, pass summoning. So play a land. Hand of Vecna. Oops. Eye of Vecna. See if we can draw land, please. Ugh. Well, that is a land. It is not the land, but it is a land. We still need a black source for book, but we're getting there. Swamp. Pass summonings. Goes attacking. Down to 16. Yes, decline. Snow-covered swamp. Book of Vile Darkness. Pass the turn. Well, looking like Vecna next turn, hopefully. Opponent, white mana. Hoping they sack the Eye Twitch, thinking they can get a lesson and learn a Valentin lesson. They will be getting a lesson, just not the one they expected. White mana, it's got to be Showdown of the Skulls, I would assume. That seems to be a pretty popular splash. 3 colors is tough until we get Innistrad. Once we get Innistrad and get another cycle of duels, it should be easier, hopefully, but we'll see. We'll see what lands we get. But right now it is a little sketchy. Okay. Well, Awaken the Blood Avatar. Gets rid of our Valentin. Does not get a lesson, which that's not how we were hoping they would sack, but it works. We do take a ridiculous amount of damage. Down to 8. Decline. Well, Faceless Haven. Book of Vile Dark. Oops. Hand of Vecna. Vecna. Will it be enough? We are going to 6, and this hits us for 3. Play an Eye Twitch. Make a zombie. Oh boy, this is close. This is super close. We need some life gain. The Avatar is scary. The 3 direct damage is that's the issue. We'd love to draw our Poet's Quill. That would be the best. Vecna with lifelink is hard for most decks to beat. Oculus just runs it out. Flying Trample is kind of an issue. Passing. Well, we got Decline. Null Priest. Yeah, that makes us dead. All right. Fair enough. Against odds time, we are... Well, I mean, we're going to keep this. We are Vecna-ing. Although, well, now we have a Book of Vile Darkness. That's good. Piece number 1. Still got a few to go, but... Opponent. Snow-covered plains. Revitalize, sure. And... Huh. Alright, another Book of Vile Darkness. We would prefer to be drawing not the same Vecna piece, but Opponent, Faceless Haven, Sparring Regimen. Interesting. I'm gonna do some learning. Get an Inkling Summonings. Gets and hits us. Well, play the land. Play Book of Vile Darkness. Go attacking. Skyglaive Apparition. I assume they hit this out of fear. All right, opponent. Sure. Hits us, grows the dork. Well, play the land. Play Nighthawk Scavenger. Wait, why is this untapped? Oh, Sparring Regimen. All right, that's actually kind of obnoxious. Not sure what we do about Battlefield Raptor here. The untapping. We just gotta draw a removal spell, basically. If we draw a removal spell, we win. Do we draw a removal spell is the question. Opponent gonna take a Null Priest. Revitalize. Gonna go attacking. Removal, please. Play a Nighthawk Scavenger. Pass the turn. Actually, this could very painfully deal with the Battlefield Raptor. Opponent. Foretell. So it's got to be Doomscar? Makes a token. Please attack. All right. Well, we're definitely going to get rid of this Battlefield Raptor, which is what's causing us the most pain. Block, block. Kill the Battlefield Raptor that was kind of going off. Oh, now we draw blood. We draw the Blood Chief's Thirst anyway. In that case, go to combat. Attack you. Opponent takes it. Play this Null Priest. It's going to be too expensive to ever kick it anyway. Thanks to Paulo over there. What could they have foretold that's not Double Strike? Oh, Starnheim Unleash. All right. Makes a couple angels. Goes attacking, goes attacking. Hits us for a bunch. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent, gonna trade with an angel. Sure. Well, Nighthawk Scavenger. Blood Chief's Thirst. Kill the angel. Wouldn't mind drawing either Vecna pieces or lands to get to this Null Priest. Elite Spellbinder. Well, there goes the Null Priest plan, I think. Clarion Spirit. Opponent finally out of cards. I've gained a bit of respect for Sparring Regimen. The untap is actually kind of big. Opponent goes attacking. Well, kill the Spellbinder. Yeah, we might just be losing this. We draw land. Faceless Haven. Go to combat. Do some attacking. Opponent. Wow, actually going to block. I think we kill the Clarion Spirit. Wow, opponent's going to block with... Okay. We're actually kind of all right with this. A bunch of stuff dies. Play another super expensive Null Priest. Pass the turn. Yeah, we just haven't found Vecna. No Vecna. Opponent. Land. Faceless Haven. Attacks. Attacks. Hits us for a bunch. No blocks. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent. Well, they really want to kill our stuff, don't they? Blocks. Wow. All right. Well, we will kill the Elite Spellbinder. Gain a bit of life. Pass the turn. Cleric class. Well, I mean, I think we got to trade with this Faceless Haven. Opponent attacks. Well, all right. Faceless Haven. Actually, maybe we block Skyclave. We can block Skyclave, kill Skyclave, get a token that we can sack to Village Rites. Because I think the way we actually win this game is by assembling Vecna eventually. Opponent eventually going to be able to reanimate. Well, let's sack the token. Play Hive, play Eye Twitch. Pass the turn. Boy, we've drawn all the Book of Vile Darknesses and none of the other pieces. So opponent gets to reanimate. All right, gonna get in with Faceless Haven. Sure. I honestly think this Sparring Regimen is what's winning our opponent this game. Opponent hits us. Down to 9. And it definitely is. That is kind of insane. Reanimates. I assume Paulo. I guess they could get maybe Skyclave. Yeah, well, it's all Book of Vile Darknesses. That is it. Forever. And always. All right, Eye of Vecna, that is a piece. Draw a card, Hand of Vecna. All right, well, is it fast enough? Maybe? Okay. That's a Vecna. Okay, Vecna assembled, zombie here. Wow, is it gonna be fast enough? Is it gonna be fast enough? Opponent, just a land. We can block this Elite Spellbinder. We got Vecna to shut down the Faceless. We got a shot. We got a shot somehow. Somehow, some way. Wow, they both came off the top in a row at the last possible second. Opponent. No, opponent. No, we got a Vecna. You're gonna get wrecked. Don't do that. Vecna's too good. All right, opponent attacks with Paulo. Oh, I think just a pump fake. Oh, we will block with Eye Twitch. Snag a Necrotic Fumes. Do we want to pay 2 life? I think so. Down to 3. Play Snow-Covered Swamp. Necrotic Fumes away Paulo. Vecna you for 11. Eye Twitch. Wow, we're gonna... Well, I take back what I said about gaining new respect for Sparring Regimen. It was on the battlefield all game, and I think Vecna's... Ooh, okay. 2 Sparring Regimens. Does that change things? What is our opponent learning? I mean, I assume they can get an answer to Vecna if they want to. There's Reduced to Memory and whatever, Degree of Annihilation, whatever it's called. The colorless 5-mana one. Oh, all right, that's fine. Inkling Summonings, that is acceptable. That is not at all what we were worried about it. Goes to combat, attacks. Well, I think we need a zombie chump. Because we need this to block this flying token, potentially. Although, our opponent's going to have to chump block with it, aren't they? Yeah, no fear. No fear. Go to combat. Attack with Vecna. Opponent's got to block. Book of Vile Darkness. Faceless Haven. 2 zombies. Whoo! Vecna power. Vecna power. Opponent got off to the fast start just to land, and that should be game. That should be the game about it. Yeah. Faceless Haven, hoping that we forget to block, which we will not. We'll just block with a zombie, sack it to draw cards. I think we have to decline now. So, Snow-Covered Swamp. Oh, we're 1 mana short from doing everything, aren't we? Well, go to combat, attack with everything. Opponent has to chump Vecna. Oh, we had lethal. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to get so yelled at. We did have lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There will be yelling. All right. Well, we hit our opponent to 4. We play Valentin. Yes. Okay. Punt me. Punt away. Punt away. That is fine. That was a punt. I don't know why. I guess we should have counted the damage, but that was, in some ways, one of our biggest testaments to Vecna's power. We did not have Vecna for a long time. We were almost dead by the time we assembled it. And then once we assembled it, Vecna, its zombie blockers, was enough to win us the game. Like, even though it took us a lot of turns to finally get there, it was still good enough. Busted. So what do we learn this week about the Book of Vile Darkness in Standard? And the deck actually felt pretty good. We went 5-2 overall, and one of our losses was to Dice Twin. And it wasn't even Dice Twin where our opponent did a lot of work and like played a bunch of pixie guides. It was play a single pixie guide, attack with Delina, hit the 14%er to go infinite. So basically that one, I'll say I think our opponent got a little bit lucky. Like, mathematically, they got a little bit lucky, but if you're going to lose, you might as well lose to some Dice Twin Jag. But the deck, I think, is actually pretty effective. We assembled Vecna many times. It's actually much easier than it looks. We did it on turn 4 several times, and it is pretty close to unbeatable. There's not nearly as many answers in Standard 2022 as there are with Eldraine, like Brazen Barber, bouncing stuff. Sure, there's some, like, learn lessons. There's a little bit of exile removal, but Vecna Vecna's actually relatively safe, and it's really powerful on the battlefield. The support package worked pretty well. The combo of like Hand of Vecna with Nighthawk Scavenger, or Eye Twitch, evasive, often lifelinking creatures was really good. Eye of Vecna is an insane source of card advantage to the point where I almost think you could play some number of Eye of Vecnas in like a mono white control deck. If you're like a slower deck that doesn't have access to a lot of card draw, but need that card draw, this can kind of be your Maze Mind's Tome fill-in. Like, sure, the life adds up, but there's way around that. So I was actually very surprised by the power of the random Vecna cards. Like, they're actually kind of good on their own. So I don't know. I actually think assembling Vecna in some form or another might actually be a pretty legit strategy in our upcoming standard. So that's been Vecna. That's the Book of Isle Darkness. That's our Against the Odds for this week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to vote for next week's deck, and I will talk to you soon. Did you enjoy today's Against the Odds? Well, make sure to check out last week's episode, where I rolled some dice with Delina Wild Mage in Pixie Guide with a Dice Twin combo in Standard.